Hello, Loveland. I'm Mike Meldon, and this is your Loveland Weekly Podcast, brought to you by Gina Dubell-Smith, eXp Realty, and Stone Pillars Farm. The third annual Frogman Festival will be held Saturday, March 1st through Sunday, March 2nd at the Oasis Conference Center right here in Loveland. And like last year, I got the opportunity to speak with the festival's founder and organizer, Jeff Craig, all about the event. I hope you enjoy our conversation, and if you didn't get a chance to go in the last couple years, make sure you mark it on the calendar for this year. And then we have a new segment for you today called Around Town with Todd Osborne. Todd has been a friend for many years, and I can say positively that there are very few that know this town quite like Todd does. He has a deep history here in Loveland, and he cares about the town as much as anybody could. Todd has served on Loveland City Council, and I'd bet he's barely missed a council session in years. Todd is the man in the know and has great insight of what's happening around town. I hope you enjoy my conversation with Jeff, and I hope you enjoy our first segment of many of Around Town with Todd Osborne. Today is Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. Man, I'll tell you, when iPhone put this out, I saw it on my phone. I said, no way.
When you saw what?
When they put that recording feature on the new update for the iPhones.
Oh, I didn't know they had that.
You have an iPhone?
I do, and yeah, I just got a 16.
Yeah, so in the top left corner on your phone call right now, it might have disappeared because I used it, but there's
I see it.
Yeah, dude, that's it. It's awesome. Now you can record. You do what I just did. I mean, it changes. Like last time, remember we had to get on. We had to get a different app and sign in.
Yes.
All that stuff. And,
yep.
And now this is now you just push a freaking button and then it saves the file to your notes, your little notes app.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a game changer, especially for me. It's so and the quality is great and everything. Yeah, it works out.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, got now. What year is this that you're putting on the festival? How many years is it?
Yeah, this is year 3.
Year 3. And
so
why don't you tell people?
Second time at the Oasis.
Second time at the Oasis. Why don't you give a little bit of rundown what you're gonna have? What's gonna make this one different? What can people expect?
Yeah. We do have a few new things, but, it's been going great. So we're doing a lot of the same stuff again. I do have some different speakers and some of the same, kind of mixing it up. And we've got more entertainment this year. So I've got a puppet show from a local puppeteer, and his name is Terrence Burke, and he does Wump Mucket puppets.
Oh man, he's great. He actually hired him to do my daughter's birthday party when she was younger. He's a talented guy. Yeah, small world. Yeah,
and he did stop by and just kind of walked around with his puppets. But he's developed a full routine, so he will be doing that both days.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, as you know, and not everyone else may know this, but his puppets are all cryptid characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so he'll have Frogman and Bigfoot and several other cool creations that he does, and he makes those himself. So just great to have that creativity and talent that he brings to the event.
Awesome. What other entertainment did you mention? Or are you going to have?
Yeah. There's a band called Creep It Real.
Okay.
And so as you can imagine, the creep aspect, they actually sing about cryptids.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so they're also local. It's a husband and wife duo, and so they'll be playing some of their tunes. And again, both days they'll be there. And we've got a room set aside for this entertainment right inside the lobby of the venue. So easy access, and it'll be just a little bit out of the way so people can just go and set themselves up there and enjoy the entertainment. And then I've got another person. His name is Aaron Crary, and he does more ethereal sounds. I went over and saw him at a little place on the west side called Treasuretronics.
Okay.
And they had a show with some, I'm not sure if you call it electronic music, to be exact, or what that genre is, but they use computers and a soundboard or a mixer and just create some really cool sounds.
Nice.
And melodies. So he'll be debuting. He's played around a little bit around town before too, but he'll be his first time at Frogman.
Very cool. So how have you, I mean, that I'm very involved with the Frogman. I love this thing. And I've seen, because of you, because of what you've done, and because of the movie, and because now the city's gotten a little bit more involved, have you seen more growth? Have you seen, people contacting you more? What have you noticed in the last year or so since we've talked?
The people wanting to be vendors has exploded.
Good.
And which is good. But I just don't have room for them all, and I don't want
Right.
too many vendors because I want the vendors that are there to do well. And
Sure.
I've been a vendor myself, so when I go to an event and there's 100 vendors, you're like, oh, how am I gonna?
Right.
I have good stuff, and I'm sure everyone else does, but I just want to make sure that everyone is going to make it worthwhile for them. So I have about 70 vendors, give or take, and people that were there last year get first dibs to come back. And so I would say probably 80% will be coming back. And then so I've got that 20% where, I'm finding other vendors who, have to have a cryptid theme, have to create the items themselves, for the most part.
Right.
And or do their own content, because there are some of the vendors are like podcasters or book, they have books. There's some authors that are there as well. So whatever the content is or merchandise, I just want it to be, for the most part, original, and they're just not selling toys that they bought off of Amazon.
Sure. Makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, the vendors have exploded, and it's it's great, in a way, but I also wish, I don't like to turn people down, but there's a vendor wait list that I have created on the website. So last time I looked, it was close to 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
A good problem to have. It's a problem, but it's a good one to have, right? Yeah.
And I noticed there were some food trucks on there and some vendors that don't have cryptid merch. They do 3D printed things or different things like that. So maybe they didn't read the fine print or something. Sure. But not all of them would even be applicable. But still, people have heard about it. They're interested, and and then the same goes for speakers. The people reach out to me and they're interested in speaking or whatnot, and podcasts. You're obviously local, but there's podcasts I've never heard of that are reaching out and like, hey, do you have press passes?
Gotcha.
I'm like, oh, which podcast is that? And, is this your full-time job or what's...
Yeah, they just want the free ticket.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
That's funny.
I'm happy to, work with people, obviously. On that, if that's the case or whatnot. So but just the word continues to spread, and as the city did their event this year, I don't know what the turnout was. I had another cryptid event actually that same day that I was involved with down in Covington.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that just a little bit, because I know the city. It was one of those things where online it almost became. It looked like a lot of your supporters was wondering how you felt personally, and I reached out to you just to kind of get your take on it, and I think you handled it great. You were kind of like a lot of people getting angry, saying, hey, you're stealing it from them, but I think the city, I give them a little bit of credit two ways, is because they did something totally different, right? Took
Hmm.
a new
Hmm.
route with it, is saying, croak till you drop or something, made it a comedy thing. So it's not really taking the same people and then they said, hey, we'll only do it on leap years. So it's not like you're seeing this out there. But
Hmm.
I think I think maybe I'm asking you just to kind of put it out there how you felt, because I think a lot of people
Right.
were kind of thinking different than you were. So what are your thoughts on it?
Right. Yeah. At first I was a little taken aback, to be
Sure.
honest, when I just saw it out there as a Facebook event. And the way it was worded was initially confusing because
Yes.
the event was called Return of the Frogman,
Yes.
which is fine. It's great. And I don't own Frogman. I don't want to own Frogman. It's everyone's. And I would never try to think that in any way, I've got that niche or anything.
Right.
That's ridiculous. And I hope no one ever thinks I think that way. Um, and there's been other Frogman stuff. I know that, I don't know if it was a city, but there was a Frogman, 5K or some
Yeah,
kind
they
of
do that
race at one
they do that
point.
every year, right? Yep.
Okay, that's
Yep.
still going on. I
Yep.
knew it stopped for a
It did.
time, and
They picked it up again. So yeah, they got it
okay,
going again. Yep.
yeah, and then the way it appeared on Facebook, the word festival appeared at the end, and
Oh,
whether
right.
they put that on or not, it said Return of the Frogman Festival,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, I have a Frogman Festival, and
Yes.
it's already returning. So I had told this to you when we talked before, but just for everyone out there, I was initially just a little taken aback, and so I'm like, well, I've already got a Frogman Festival, so I did reach out and just say, hey, can you guys take the word festival off or try to rearrange it so it doesn't
Mhm.
sound like my festival's coming back, because it
Yeah.
is coming back,
Yeah.
and they did, and they did.
That's what I was just happy to see,
Yeah,
especially the way you handled it. I mean, graciously
yeah.
and not angry, and then the
No,
city.
I reached
Yeah.
out to them. I
Yeah.
emailed them and like, hey, could you please take that word off so it's not, exactly the same. And by the way, if you want to chat about anything, I'm happy to compare notes or, you know, I didn't say like give you advice or
Right.
anything. I
Right.
don't think they needed it, but I just offered, hey, if you ever want to chat, let me know. And I'd never got a reply or anything, and that's fine. But I was. Not in any way like angry that this event existed, and
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of Frogman to go around, and like you said, it sounded like it was different, and they're going to do it every leap year, which I think is hilarious. It's a great idea,
Hmm.
kind of the marketing of it. So yeah, there were a few of the people that go to my festival that made it some comments like,
Yeah.
hey, there's already one, why are you doing this again?
Right. Right.
And Loveland replied, very properly and
Yeah.
cordially, and like, well, this one's different. It's, we're not going to have speakers, and we're going to, it's going to be this and that and the other thing. So yeah, mine is, an indoor. It's got, it's not academic really by any means, but there are speakers that are like, couple of PhDs will be there this year talking. One professor from Miami is an anthropology professor, and he'll
Oh,
be there
cool.
talking
Wow.
and he has a class at Miami. My daughter actually took it last year, which is how I found out about him, Dr. Jeb Card, and he teaches a class in anthropology on the paranormal.
Oh.
Obviously with a more of an academic twist to it. But I asked him if he would be interested in presenting, and he is. So I think that'll be neat, and that will certainly be more academic. But a lot of the stuff is just people that have a passion for whatever topic it is, and it's not just cryptids. It's kind of the whole umbrella of the supernatural. Yeah, UFOs and
Right.
Bigfoot and
Cool stuff.
ghosts.
Yeah, and that's what
Yes.
there's enough Frogman to go around, and that really the cities doesn't do much about the Frogman except call it the Frogman Festival. Yours is the focus, and I think
Mm-hmm.
yours is the event, and I'm glad that it gets to stay that way. That there wasn't any push, to kind of compete with this. I love to
Yeah.
see the way everything's
Yeah.
working out, and yours can get
Yeah.
bigger and better every year. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want there to be, and that's great. It's a little bit different, so people can enjoy it a couple of different times. throughout the year or every 4 years or whatnot. And yeah, I just, I didn't want people to be confused, like, oh, he already had his event. Why is he doing, just make
Yep.
sure like it wasn't me. And because few people did reach out, like the lady that does the City Beat article for it, she like reached out. She's like, "Now, is this you or what's going on?" So
yeah, hopefully you can avoid that in the next couple years, and I'll help get ahead of it too.
So. Yeah, for sure.
Anything else you want to add to just give people times and dates and where they can get tickets?
Yep, the event is a 2-day this year, which is also different. And last year we just did the 1 day on Saturday. So because it was just crowded all day long, I added Sunday. So it's March 1st and 2nd. And doors open at 9:30 both days. Saturday goes a little bit later till 6 o'clock. And we've got a lineup of speakers the whole time and entertainment most of the time. And then Sunday, doors open again at 9:30, but we go till 4.
Oh, cool.
So it's not quite as long. And, people on Sunday vendors need to pack up and, get going for home and stuff. So I didn't want to keep it too late. And so, yeah, that's the Oasis Conference Center right there in Loveland. Miami Township, I think, technically, but it's great venue. There's plenty of parking. There's free parking. The parking across the street at the church will be available on Saturday for overflow, and you can buy tickets in advance. Go to frogmanfestival.org, and there'll be a link to the tickets. There's an early bird discount, and you can bundle if you want to get your admission, and then add a T-shirt and a festival poster, which will be waiting for you when you get there, to ensure that you get both of those, and you do get a bit of a discount on the price of the T-shirt and poster by bundling that in. Day of, you can buy at the door. We don't sell out. It's $20 at the door, cash or card, if you don't want to buy your tickets in advance. So those are the highlights of the kind of logistics.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
Also have a tattoo artist that will be there, right from Loveland. It's Moonlight Tattoos.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they'll have a couple of their artists there both days doing a variety of tattoos. They'll have some you can pick out, or if you want to reach out in advance. I'm sure they would love to do some sort of Frogman or various theme in that realm, but you can do anything. Obviously,
nice.
they'll
I'm due for
year.
one, so I might have to
Are you?
take it. Yeah, I'm due.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a strain of time where I was, both my arms are almost full, but I've taken about 5 years off, so that's a good excuse to maybe jump in the
Excellent.
chair.
I mean, how cool to get a Frogman tattoo at the Frogman Festival.
Heck, exactly.
I think it'd be perfect. So
it would be.
They'll be the only tattoo artists, and they are from Loveland, and they have some T-shirts that they sell too with their stuff, and like a Frogman. That's their version of the kind of the inspiration that they see from it.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, I'm going to put the
and you'll be there, so don't forget to mention that.
Love our Land will be there. We're going to have a booth there, and if you don't mind, we'll bring our I think I sent you. I'll give you a copy that day, but our copy of Josie and Doug, An Adventure with the Loveland Frogman. All proceeds go back to the nonprofit. So we'll have that book there, and then we'll just be spreading information about native plants and the importance of helping defeat the biodiversity crisis. So we'll be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a big supporter of that. So I'm so glad that you guys are able to participate and spread that info.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for talking to me again. And I appreciate all you do. And I think, we needed you to pick this up. I was thinking of it 5-10 years ago, and I'm so excited to see what you've done with it. So thank you so much.
It. Yeah, thanks. I'm excited for it.
Todd's rolling through the town, gonna show you what he's found. Catch the vibe all around with Todd Osborne sound.
Loveland City Council had their first meeting of the month on February 11th. First on the agenda was the Loveland Area Chamber of Commerce. It's always a positive vibe when the Chamber formally introduces their Valentine's lady for the year, who this year is Lynn Orey, wife of Councilman Neil Orey. This is a great selection. Lynn has worked for years with Loveland schools and is a city favorite. Many of the prior Valentine ladies were also in the audience. Moving forward to the open forum section, local resident and Parks and Recreation Commission member Sherry Hamlin spoke about an appointment that would be discussed later in the council meeting. More on this in a minute. Next up was an announcement that the Loveland Kiwanis Club is rebooting after 25 years. In the past, they were instrumental in the original development of what is now Nesbitt Park and spawned the Loveland Stage Company from the old Kiwanis Capers. Under old business, council passed several items. First was the official naming of the new yet unbuilt road to connect the Chestnut Street property to the yet unbuilt Loveland Madeira Road roundabout at Valley View Drive as William Cobb Way. Next, the city authorized the city manager to accept a bid for construction-related special inspections regarding the new firehouse, which is being built on East Loveland Avenue. And the last item, council approved a company to acquire property along Loveland Madeira Road between Oasis and DVD Brew for a new sidewalk and where utilities will be buried. Under first-time read ordinances, the former full-time marketing and communications coordinator position is being downgraded to an almost half-time, part-time position. This position is important and shouldn't be treated so lightly. We shall see how this plays out over the months to come. The big news of the meeting came with the reading of an emergency ordinance regarding renewal of the electric aggregate. Loveland has been spoiled with very low rates locked in over the last 4 years. With its renewal comes a reset in price, double, from 0.041 cents to 0.0818 cents per kilowatt hour. Given Duke Energy's variable pricing that changes a lot, this is a good deal. The rate will be locked in for only 12 months. So if the rates, as some expect, reduce, the city will capture those early next year. While there remains an opt-out at any time without fees, there is always an opt-in available, likewise with no additional fees. There was limited discussion, primarily regarding a story about how servers needed for AI are increasing power consumption and maxing out grid capacity. The emergency ordinance, due to locking in prices, passed 7-0. The South Entertainment District, which establishes increased liquor licenses for restaurants and retail establishments, was redefined and presented to the mayor and council for passage. It too passed 7-0. Now comes the interesting portion of the meeting. The mayor requested council to consent to her appointment of Doug Hearn to the Parks and Recreation Commission Board. Before allowing council to discuss, the mayor immediately went into a promotion of her appointment. As mentioned at the beginning of this report, in open forum, Parks and Recreation Commission member Sherry Hamlin spoke about the likely conflict of interest that this appointment brings in regards to field usage and other items that come in front of the Parks and Recreation Commission. The appointee currently serves as a first vice president to the youth football organization and would have to recuse himself from any discussion. As Ms. Hamlin pointed out, this would diminish the ability of the Parks and Recreation Board. And she's right. Regardless if there isn't any other football league, the board still discusses the budget and field the Loveland Youth Football Organization uses. The mayor took offense to the open forum comments, brushing off any ethical issues, and, quote, "It's his last season." The person this appointee is replacing resigned only after 2 months. I will use air quotes on the word resign. Word is that it was discovered the original appointee lived out of town. Now you'd think that the replacement would be easy since there were numerous people asking to be appointed a year ago. Well, those people were just shot out. It turns out that this appointment is, wait for it, literally the mayor's backyard neighbor. Now that's 2 appointments for the same open position that weren't made public to encourage people to apply. So what's the rush? The motion could have been tabled if there were any questions. Councilman Ori abstained without any public explanation, which is required. Councilmember Bateman had an elongated pause before voting yes. Were there questions that could have been asked? The vote was 6-0 yes with one abstention. And thus ended another City Council meeting. The next one is February 25th at 7 p.m. in City Hall chambers. The video of this and every council meeting is on the city's website, lovelandoh.gov, lovelandoh.gov.
Thoughts rolling through the town, gonna show you what he's found. Catch the
Looking ahead in Loveland, the third annual Frogman Festival will be held on Saturday, March 1st through Sunday, March 2nd at the Oasis Conference Center in Loveland. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. and will continue until 6 p.m. Over 50 unique vendors will be selling their arts, crafts, and merchandise in the large ballroom. Speakers will be presenting their research in a separate room. At noon, the Pied Piper of Loveland will lead a parade of costumed participants that is open to anyone interested. Food and drink, including beer, will be available a la carte. Have you wondered how the city determines the order of roads to plow? Have you wanted to learn about the fire department or how theater production comes together? Have you wanted to meet Loveland's K-9 officer? If you answered yes to any of these questions, apply for Loveland U Citizens Leadership Academy. There's a $99 fee that will offset the cost associated with materials, but other than that, all you need to do is apply for the program at lovelandoh.gov. And then, coming up this Saturday, February 22nd, Love Our Land is having its annual Owl Prowl at Grailville, sponsored by eXp Realty and The Grail. Tickets are going fast and space is limited, so get your tickets now at www.loveourland.org. You'll have the opportunity to meet some owls from Raptors Inc. and take a walk with Doug to maybe call in some wild owls. Don't miss this opportunity. We have something truly special here in Loveland. Thank you for listening, and have a great week. This episode was produced and engineered by Mike Meldon right here in Loveland, and please note that the opinions expressed in the podcasts do not necessarily represent the views of our sponsors or organization.